in celebration of Shiba Inu's birthday, if you didn't know that, today is the official birthday of Shiba Inu. 2 years ago today, SHIB launched. It launched with 9 zeros and then the numbers. And you can see right here, right now, today it has 4 zeros right here and then the number. Okay, so when it launched, it had 9 zeros, a lot of zeros. And a little side fact, it actually went from 9 zeros to 10 zeros, and then it started really just moving on. But the point of today's video, in this video, is I want to share with you a couple of stories in commemoration of Shiba Inu's birthday. All right, so this is a piece of information that's been out there for a little bit. I've heard these stories, and what I want to kind of share with you is this: how 2 low-wage workers turned millionaires with Shiba Inu. Here's the thing: if I've gone and looked at these numbers, if you had put $100 into Shiba Inu the day it launched and basically held it to now, it would be worth well over $1 million. Now, that's 2 years. Fantastic return on your investment, wouldn't you say? These things happen. And I want to position this, and here's what I'm trying to say to you, is that I see absolutely nothing wrong with doing that occasionally, as long as it's part of in my opinion, a diversified strategy, meaning you have most of your money in the Bitcoins and Ethereums and the blue chips of the world, Polkadots, Cardanos, things of that nature. And then you diversify. And then if you want to take, say, $500, $1,000, whatever it may be, whatever's good for you, and then place some bets on new projects like a new project that's coming out today, kind of like Shiba Inu did 2 years ago, put $100 on each one of them. The odds are that 1 or 2 of them might turn into something. Statistically, north of 6 or 7 of them won't do anything. You probably will lose that money, but the 1 or 2 might actually do well. And that's kind of how, if you're thinking about it, it's not a bad plan if you kind of liken it to playing the lottery a little bit. Okay, just again, food for thought, right? I mean, so there's nothing wrong with that as long as that's not, in my opinion, not investing advice. That's as long as that's how you're doing it. Okay, moving on. Okay, so There are countless stories like this, okay? And what I wanted to show you, this one, just to kind of remind you, a truck driver made $1.7 million with $650 investment. Okay, so he came in, he quit his job in May, okay, and so he put $670 into SHIB in 2020. That was when it came out, and it came out in August. It doesn't say when he did it in August, but it came out when it was brand new, when it had those 9 zeros. $670. So this is $650. This one says $670, so let's call it $670. And he made over $1.7 million with it. Okay, and this is a quote from his boss. I remember this from the truck driver who did it. One of my drivers quit because he made $1.7 million crypto on a $670 investment. Good guy, has kids, doesn't matter. That'll still infuriate the bankers and lawyers slaving away for $500,000 a year. So the employer also congratulated the truck driver for earning millions and wished him the best. The truck driver has chosen to remain anonymous. That's story number 1. Story number 2 is warehouse manager quit after making life-changing gains. All right. So this particular warehouse manager put $8,000 in Shiba Inu during the initial days, most likely probably towards the end of 2020 or early 21. Doesn't really say. Okay. And then he cashed out at $500,000 6 months later. So he put $8,000 in, 6 months later cashed out $500,000, and then kept the rest of his portfolio intact. And then obviously he benefited when SHIB jumped 1,000+% in October of last year. And he is a warehouse manager who was able to quit his job and retire at the age of 35. He goes on to say, he said, and this is from the warehouse manager, quote, "I came from quite a poor background. I could never have even fantasized about having this much money, but it wasn't gone. It wasn't a dream," he said. Okay, so there you go. It's interesting to kind of look at these things and kind of go back to my opening statements, right? My opening statement was there's nothing wrong with having a strategy to try to hit it with a couple of new projects. Just understand the numbers, right? If you put $100 bet on 10 different brand new projects that are emerging right here, right now, the odds are north of 6 or 7 of them will not do anything. One or two of them might do something, and another 1 or 2 of them will maybe give you small gains. It's kind of the law of averages and the law of numbers that I'm really talking to, but it's a possibility. It happens every single day. But the other narrative here is that you notice that they bought and they held. They had bought and they held over time because they believed in the projects for whatever reason, and they held over time. That's what I got for you. As always, appreciate you giving me a few minutes. Have a good one. Go make some money. Video was not for investing advice. I'll see you.